Good morning, everyone. My name is Riley Larson, and today I'll be sharing with you a topic that truly hits home for me: service dogs and mental health patients. Although there are a number of different aspects that surround this topic, I'll be sharing with you just one: the difference between service dogs and emotional support animals. So, the studies of mental health date back to 400 BC, when Hippocrates, a Greek physician, separated religion and superstition from the treatment of mental illness. Although his practices are no longer utilized in today's medicine, he did essentially kickstart the development of a number of different treatments surrounding mental health. Dating back to the 20th century during World War II, dogs did serve as an aid to soldiers who were suffering from PTSD. And then from there, a physician named Boris Levinson started using dogs during his animal-assisted therapy. Fast forward to recent years, both psychiatric service dogs and emotional support animals have developed. But what's the difference between the two? Today, the most widely known service dog is a disability service dog. We see these dogs assisting people who suffer from blindness, hearing loss, and a number of other different physical disabilities. But there is another type of service dog known as a psychiatric service dog. These dogs are trained just the same as a disability service dog, but serve a different purpose. People who suffer from extreme mental disorders use these dogs to help them function comfortably in society. Let's take a look at the beginning of the psychiatric service dog. As I stated earlier, Boris Levinson is a physician post the Second World War who began to use his dog when treating his mentally ill. His main focus for his practice was treating autistic children on the spectrum with their cognitive development. He decided to study how his dog interacted with them, and he stated that when the child played with the dog, they established a world of their own. This is where the child felt secure. This was a breakthrough in understanding how dogs have the ability to help not only just the physically disabled, but as well as the mentally disabled. During the process of the development of psychiatric service dogs, physicians referred to the studies from disability service dogs. When people were paired with a dog for a long period of time, their outlook on life became a lot more positive. This is because pets provide an unlimited source of love, affection, and companionship. From here, doctors took time to study how dogs, when paired with a long-time companion, affect people in their mental health. From here, doctors took more time to study how, when paired with a long-time companion, dogs can actually help better people's mental health. And this was actually the initial development of a psychiatric service dog. Not only was there now a psychiatric service dog, but soon after, the development of emotional support animals soon came to be. So not only was there now a psychiatric service dog, but soon after came the development of an emotional support animal. So what's the difference? To specify, psychiatric service dogs are used to assist the mentally disabled function comfortably in society. The psychiatric service dogs are trained similar to the disability service dog. Expert trainers take time to train the psychiatric service dogs to complete tasks specific to their owner's disability. These tasks can include the dog reminding their owner to take their medication on time, to recognizing disability-specific attacks, and intervening when necessary. For example, take a patient who has extreme general anxiety disorder. Their psychiatric service dog is trained to recognize when they're about to have, say, a certain panic attack. Here they can intervene by distracting the owner and making sure that they refocus their attention on something else, such as the dog. This has been revolutionary in helping people who suffer on a daily basis. But what about those people who have anxiety disorders, depressions, but their cases are not as severe? What happens for those people? This is where the idea of an emotional support animal was initialized. Owners can register an animal who has not received any specific training to recognize that they are an aid to them in their mental health. Both titles for the animals generally have the same idea, however they are vastly different. So, what's the actual difference between a psychiatric service dog and an emotional support animal? Emotional support animals are merely pets registered as a companion to the owner by recommendation of a mental health professional. Essentially, any domesticated animal can be registered in emotional support. On the contrary, psychiatric service dogs are trained by professionals at birth to one specific companion and come at a much greater cost. Psychiatric service dogs are protected under legislation, just like disability service dogs. This means no owner is to be discriminated against due to their condition or the fact that they have their companion with them. However, emotional support animals are protected under some legislation, but definitely not the same extent as a psychiatric service dog. For example, emotional support animals are protected under the Fair Housing Amendment Act and under the Air Carrier Access Act. This means they cannot be rejected from housing due to their pet and they have the right to have their dog with them on an airplane in the cabin rather than on the undercarriage. These laws gives the owners an opportunity to have their companions with them and support them when it is actually necessary. To conclude, regardless of the type of dog an owner has, whether it be a psychiatric service dog or an emotional support animal, having an animal as a companion ultimately betters the mental health of all people, not just the mentally disabled. People with mental illness ultimately benefit from animals, allowing them to live a normal and comfortable life in society. Thank you, and have a great day.